After weeks of anticipation, Gervonta Tank Davis finally gave fans a glimpse of his intense training in preparation for his upcoming rematch against Lamont Roach. Fans had been eagerly waiting for any kind of update from the boxing champion, and when Davis shared the footage, it was worth every second of the wait. The clips, posted on his Instagram and X accounts, showcased his insane speed and undeniable power in the ring. This footage not only excited his fan base, but also caught the attention of some of the biggest names in boxing, including Terence Crawford. The video showed Davis in full motion, working with his trainer. His punches were lightning fast, his movements sharp and precise, and it was clear from the first second that this wasn't just another workout. This was a show of power. Crawford, known for his sharp boxing analysis and being a legend in his own right, was quick to comment on the footage. While Crawford acknowledged Davis's power, he offered a critique that subtly pointed out the potential limitations of Davis's approach. "I think if you can punch, you can punch," Crawford stated, praising Davis's punching ability. "It may not have the same effect on a bigger guy as it does on a smaller guy, but if you're sharp, you're sharp." While his words were a compliment, they also carried an undertone suggesting that Davis still has a long way to go before being seen as the most dangerous fighter across all weight classes. This comment from Crawford was interesting because even though he recognized Davis's talent, he didn't give him a free pass. It's clear that Crawford respects Davis's power, but he also believes that there's more to boxing than just hitting hard. He's basically saying that in order for Davis to truly dominate, he will have to learn to handle bigger opponents, who might be able to take his punches or outsmart him with their techniques. But this doesn't take away from the fact that Davis's speed is something that no one can ignore. His punches, especially when caught on film, leave fans in awe, and it's clear that his speed and agility are crucial factors in his success. For the camp of Gervonta Davis, though, the belief is that Roach's ability to withstand Davis's punches in their first bout was largely due to Roach's anticipation of the punches. Davis's team feels that if Roach hadn't been able to predict where the punches were coming from, the outcome would have been much different. They believe Roach would have been knocked out just like the other 28 opponents who have fallen to Davis's powerful blows. The training footage that Davis released only added fuel to this theory, as it showed that his speed and power had increased dramatically since their first meeting. In the clips, we saw Davis working on the punching bag and doing mitt work with his trainer, which was a display of not just his power, but his exceptional hand speed. The rapid-fire punches were mesmerizing, and it was clear that Davis has been fine-tuning his technique to become an even more explosive force in the ring. The footage didn't just show off his power, though. It also demonstrated his focus and relentless work ethic. After doing body exercises, Davis spent an entire hour working the heavy bag, and he didn't take a single break. This stamina and resilience were impressive and really showed the level of dedication he puts into his training. When a fighter spends that much time training without resting, it's clear they are building their endurance and preparing for the grueling rounds of an actual fight. Many fans were stunned by this video, and it quickly became viral across social media platforms. Not only did the video feature Davis's incredible hand speed, but it also showed just how much effort he's putting into his conditioning. His commitment to these difficult training sessions is what separates champions from contenders. Davis's trainer was right there with him, encouraging him every step of the way, making sure he pushed through each set and giving him the right tools to become even better. This level of intensity is what creates fighters who can go the distance and still come out on top. Lamont Roach, while confident, has a much different approach. He's been vocal about his confidence leading up to the rematch, but many believe that unless Roach can back up his words with actions in the ring, it will just be more talk. He has the potential to become a serious threat to Davis, but only if he can figure out a way to stop Davis's speed and power. Roach has spoken about how he's been preparing mentally and physically for this fight, emphasizing that he's eager to prove people wrong. "I like to prove people wrong," Roach said, "and I damn sure like to prove myself right." These words seem to signal a deep drive and commitment from Roach, but there's still a lot that needs to be done before he can truly threaten Davis's undefeated streak. One thing is clear: Roach is taking this fight seriously. He's training hard, and his recent comments show that he's highly motivated. He sees this fight as the beginning of his legacy, a stepping stone to bigger and better things. But for that to happen, he'll have to overcome one of the toughest fighters in the lightweight division. Many fans are skeptical, thinking that Roach simply doesn't have what it takes to take down Davis. It's going to take more than just confidence. It's going to take a perfect strategy and flawless execution in the ring. Roach's goal is to start his legacy with this fight, but the road to victory isn't going to be easy. Meanwhile, Davis has been showing off his impressive physique. In his recent social media posts, he's flaunted his body and demonstrated that he's in peak physical condition. For a while, Davis was criticized for struggling to maintain his weight between fights, but this time, he seems to be on track. His fans have noticed the difference, and many are excited to see him back at his fighting weight. This has led some to speculate that Davis might not be thinking about retirement as quickly as some expected. There's a renewed sense of optimism around Davis's career, and many of his followers believe that this is just the beginning of a new chapter for him. One fan summed it up perfectly, commenting, "There's no way he's retiring after that." This comment captures the energy that's been surrounding Davis lately. His physique, his training, and his renewed focus have made fans believe that he's far from finished in the sport. One person even went as far as to suggest that he should fight some of the biggest names in boxing, such as Vasyl Lomachenko and Shakur Stevenson, now that he seems to be back in top form. Davis has made it clear that he's not done yet, and it's hard to deny that his current shape and mindset suggest he's far from finished in the ring. However, not every fan is convinced. Some believe that Davis's next fight is just another opportunity to knock out someone who never stood a chance against him in the first place. Regardless of the opinions, Davis seems to be entering the rematch with Roach in the best shape of his career. His focus, determination, and work ethic are undeniable, and all signs point to him being more dangerous than ever before. As for Roach, he's made it clear that he's not just fighting for a title, he's fighting to prove himself. If he's on his way out, why not kick his bum out, Roach said, showing just how much he wants to upset the odds and prove the doubters wrong. He's confident, determined, and ready to go to war in the ring. Roach believes this fight will be a defining moment in his career, the beginning of his legacy. However, only time will tell if he has the skills to defeat Tank Davis and take his place among the elite. Meanwhile, Davis remains focused on the task at hand. His camp is preparing for the rematch with Roach, and Davis himself is doing everything he can to ensure victory. This fight is crucial for both fighters, as it will either cement Davis's place as one of the top fighters in the lightweight division or mark a breakthrough moment for Lamont Roach. Either way, fans are in for an exciting match, and all eyes will be on this showdown. In the world of boxing, anything can happen, and this upcoming fight is no exception. Fans are eagerly awaiting the outcome, and it's clear that both Davis and Roach have their own personal stakes in this bout. Whether Roach can handle the intensity and power of Davis, or whether Davis will continue his reign as the most feared fighter in the lightweight division, remains to be seen. One thing is for sure, the next few months will be thrilling for boxing fans all over the world. As the rematch between Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach draws closer, the anticipation continues to build. Both fighters have been vocal about their preparations, and the trash talk is starting to heat up. Davis's relentless work ethic in the gym has been well documented, and it's clear that he's in the best shape of his career. The question on everyone's mind is whether Roach can withstand the intensity of Davis's punches, or if he'll be overwhelmed by Tank's unmatched speed and power. Roach, for his part, is determined to make a name for himself by defeating Davis. But as many have pointed out, it will take more than just confidence and good intentions to win this fight. Roach will need to come up with a strategy to neutralize Davis's incredible speed, which has been on full display in his training sessions. For Davis, the upcoming fight is an opportunity to prove that he's not just another flash in the pan. His career has been filled with highs, but this fight could solidify his place among the greats in boxing. The footage of his training, showing him landing punch after punch with lightning speed, has only intensified his reputation as one of the most dangerous fighters in the sport today. Davis has repeatedly shown that he's more than just a power puncher. His agility, speed,